Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. All things Middle Earth here with a video and a game suggestion in the Discord. Once again, we're going to try and get some attention behind an issue. We do these every once in a while, and so far the last few have been the most upvoted posts in the Discord, which to my knowledge gets some attention of the devs. At least like that's what I've been told and that's what I understand. So my suggestion today is one that I hear about not only in my own servers and that I've dealt with for many, many seasons, but I hear about it on stream. People message me all the time about it. And that is the use of alt accounts to gain an unfair advantage, usually through the means of spying in your faction to see what marches. Again, I'm in Mordor, so I can see what all these marches are. But if anybody in our server in a different faction has a random alt account, they could have put it in Mordor at the beginning of the season and now could look in this area and see, with the new commander models especially, very quickly what marches are there. Again, you could also just click on them, but you could see what marches are in what places. And then if you're attacking this area, very quickly, just send the appropriate counters to those, which again, totally eliminates the need for clairvoyance. Again, clairvoyance is an ability that the devs implemented and added as a part of the game, which I think is fun. And if some people don't like it, I like it. It's a fair way for everyone to have a limited amount of kind of ways to look at marches. But again, if spy accounts are being used, then you don't need this at all. You save your ability points for other things, which to me is an unfair advantage. But the issue for me is that it's such an easily fixable thing. I just don't know why it hasn't been fixed. So I'm kind of bringing it forward on behalf of my experiences, but also, again, probably one of those things that I hear about the most in my DMs on stream. Again, your issue, you may or may not have issues with it because you may not have dealt with it. I think it depends. I'm sure there are groups that more widely use this and there are groups that don't use it. There are groups that probably don't support use of it, but you might have few players using it. There's different variations of it. So the actual impact of it can vary. So I'm not saying, oh my gosh, like every season is decided by this, but I do think it can have an impact, and at the very least, it's just a frustrating thing that just shouldn't exist. So let's hop to Discord really quick and look at the suggestion. This will be linked down below. Please take 30 seconds, go to this post, upvote it so we can get some attention behind it, and then hopefully get a response from the devs on one of these fixes happening. So let's check it out real quick. Okay, so here we are. We are in the game suggestions tab in the main Discord. Now, this, again, I think the impact of this can be different depending on your experience. So I'm just going to put it out there. But the suggestion is fix alt account spying problem in faction-based campaigns. In every faction-based campaign, in every server, there are players who use alt accounts to gain an unfair advantage, regardless of its impact, which changes depending on how used alt accounts are. It's something that's easily fixed, which makes it more frustrating in my opinion. So again, I'm not here making the conversation that my server has been won over because of this, but because it's something that it has been confirmed to have been done, it's just like always lingering out there as an annoying thing. So fix number one, very easy. Make it so the only person that can see your marches is you. That's it. Like that fix and this problem is dealt with. However, I feel like they're not going to want to do that because they did the new character models recently where they march around. So maybe they want those to be shown off. So maybe they don't want to do that. But that would be the quickest, easiest fix. It would not be a problem if only you can see your marches. So that's that. That's an option. Fix number two is make it so only those in your fellowship can see your marches. That way you still get to see some of the marches around the map, which again, I'm assuming they spent some time and money on, modeling all those commanders and their different animations moving around the map. So you can see the ones in your fellowship, not your whole faction. That eliminates, in my opinion, probably about 90 to like 95% of it. You'd have to be someone who is very actively playing an alt account to be hidden within an active group and not be found out, which again, at that level, it's like, hey, almost hats off to you. But again, this would be a level that would fix most of it. That again, I think would be very easy to just say, hey, instead of faction, let's dial it back to just fellowship. The last one is to implement a streamer mode type of thing where a lot of games, and this is more for streamers, but a lot of games have a streamer mode you can enable that makes your name show up as anonymous. So like that way people can't stream snipe you when you're doing that. This would work similarly. So everyone has an option to just disable the visibility of their marches. So if I care about it and I'm like, hey, I just want to ensure it's never happening, I can just make it so no one can see my marches except me. Or just my marches always just show up as like the generic ranger or whatever model. So you can choose yourself to do it. That way players who don't care about it, if you're casual, you don't have to worry about it. But those who do care about it or take it seriously or are worried about that happening can just disable it. And then it's not really an issue. So I think either one of these really pretty much solve the problem. In my opinion, option one is the quickest, it's over with fix. Option three probably involves more work, but it would like allow players who still want to see the marches around their faction or be seen marching around, which again, the upside of seeing your teammates marches is so minimal there really isn't an upside, but the downside of potentially being seen by your enemies is huge. So again, it's an issue. I know some people just accept, oh, it's just part of the game now. They don't care. I don't get it. It's not a part of the game. It is a game. Some people are like, oh, it's a war game. Like it doesn't matter, but they're missing the word. Like it's not actual war. It is a game. So like, why are we treating it like it's actual war? And it's like, why don't we just, it's a game. We're playing a game. So it doesn't make sense to me. I don't know. I hear about it almost daily from people contacting saying, hey, this is happening in my server. I've got someone with 30 accounts in the same name. Like, yes, I've heard of that. So it's bizarre to me. So devs, I seriously feel like this is an easy fix. It's frustrating players, myself included. I don't know why we're not doing something about it. I've reached out already asking about it, and I was told it's kind of been pushed along, so I'm hoping that's the case, and maybe some kind of fix is around the corner, but I'm bringing it here to you guys. Let's get some attention around it. This post will be linked in the description of this video. Feel free to share it in your own Discords to get some attention behind this. I don't know, that'd be awesome. So anyways, it's a short video. I just want to get this out there. Appreciate you guys' time. Let me know down in the comments below if you think this is an issue. I'd honestly would love to hear an argument for why it's not. Again, it's already been downvoted once, so I'm like, I only would suspect people who don't want this change are people who are using this to their advantage and they think it's a part of the game. But I'd be curious to see if anyone wants to discuss why this is not an issue, but I think it is. So let's get it fixed. So appreciate your time. We'll see you guys in the next video.